You probably feel that we have one justice system, and it's fair with everyone, regardless of your race, religion, creed, or financial status. There isn't a two-tiered justice system. We don't have a mass of lawyers and politicians that completely dance around these rules while tying us up with them. Welcome back to Radically Rational Radio. The Freedom Caucus does it again. Congressman Hunt really wants to let us know that there is a two-tiered system. In fact, I'd say there's a three-tiered system. Because for so many poor Americans, a traffic ticket not paid becomes a warrant. And if police try to arrest you for that nonviolent warrant and you resist, you are in a world of trouble. Let's jump into it.
The gentleman has expired. The gentleman from Texas, the other gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Hey, sir. Thank you so much for appearing today. I really appreciate it. I want to tell you about how my friends, neighbors in Tomball, Spring, Texas, and of course Americans across this country are feeling today after listening to this. They feel that we have a two-tiered justice system in this country, and it's terrifying. So I applaud your work. I actually find you to be sincere and working on behalf of the American people, and I recognize that. But I also feel like we need to hold the people accountable who are participating in the sham of an investigation. I'm going to tell you why. What happened in 2016 was unprecedented. The same government agencies that were investigating President Trump and his campaign were looking the other way when it came to the allegations against the Clintons. And at the same time, the Clinton campaign paid for the Steele dossier, the DOJ and FBI were helping to cover up Clinton's crimes. We know this to be a fact. 33,000 emails miraculously disappeared. Phones were smashed with hammers by the FBI. Even CNN fact-checked this, and it turned out to be true. Yes, CNN. They refused to prosecute her. This selective prosecution doesn't only favor the Clintons, though, as we have seen in very recent history. Sir, I'm sure you are familiar with what's going on with Hunter Biden's plea deal and his refusal to pay his taxes, and the separate agreement to dismiss his felony gun possession, both of which were announced yesterday. You familiar with that, sir?
Yes.
Hunter Biden will likely serve no jail time for these offenses, and yet there was no early morning SWAT raid on Hunter's home in coordination with the media either. The American people are sick and tired of this two-tiered justice system, and as a black man, I'm tired of seeing this kind of discretion used to favor people like Hunter Biden because he's white and a son of a president. While Hunter Biden will serve no jail time for these charges, black men across this country are in prison for years for the exact same crimes, and I'm not surprised. Because I guess this selective justice shouldn't become as a surprise to anyone in this room, because after all, Joe Biden was one of the authors of the 94 crime bill, one of my all-time favorites. And we could see what that has done to black men across this country. My colleagues on the left talk about democracy. Well, here's what I know about democracy. In 2016, Donald Trump was elected by the American people to be their commander-in-chief. But he wasn't allowed to serve in that capacity because he and his administration spent 4 years responding to Democrat-invented scandal after Democrat-invented scandal. And this does not look like a democracy to me. As a West Point graduate and combat veteran, I've fought abroad against authoritarian countries. I know what they look like, and I know what those countries do and how they treat their people, and I also know what democracy looks like. And my fear is that this looks like the death of democracy, and it's up to us in this room to do something about it.
It's obvious and completely acceptable that Wesley has a bias towards young black men being far more assaulted and held to an entirely different level of accountability that just ended up ruining their family. So if the goal is to make them more responsible with laws, that was an ignorant action to take. It's no surprise we can find 100 videos of Democrats using drugs as a way to fear us into voting for them. It's not the first time. It's not the last. I just hope we can really see that they don't actually care about these laws. The only thing they care about is convincing you that they are your saviors, and they will make every law to solve it, regardless of whether they're going to apply it to themselves or not. The Freedom Caucus is the answer to this. They're interested in American individuals, fiscal responsibility, and actually taking out the federal government. There's no way we'll get rid of this bureaucracy if we don't support our Congress and Senate. We are the United States. We are not the federal government of America. I hope you learned something. I'm Tristan with Radically Rational Radio. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay resilient.